think actually would be great. We're saying a lot of valuable things that people want to hear.
Well, 180 pack comes down now, I think, for about $20. It's also, if you can see how easily pack goes up, also down when it's sold. It shows that there are some centralized things. I think there are some token holders with a lot of power, but they won't go away simply because if you see how easily it went to 60 million market cap already, and if you can see the upcoming time till 20 million tokens, it's like this amount of rewards. Then after between 20 million and 40 million, out of my head, it's getting to 160 pack. So it's still worth it every week to hold. And that's where the strength lays. The upcoming, I think, years, I think 1-2 years, it's still worth to hold. And people don't really sell their tickets because why would, I can't think of anything. It's literally $80 per 4 weeks, which means that's like times 13, right? For a year.
You're making what, 10% a month?
You make almost, your investment is almost already back. And of course, if the token price drops, you have less equity. After a year, you will always make profit out of this. So why would you? It would be crazy to sell. This Octa space, on the other hand, would have been interesting if you could have had the ticket with 10,000 Octa, because then you also get 11 Octa per week, or 10 now, 10 something, plus 180 pack because of their partnership. Those tickets are always taken. So yeah, it's either that you wait in line in one pool for a ticket, or you just decide, like I did, to buy 5 tickets of 200. Actually, if you think about these projects, why would you, if you already said there's a big chance that Octa will go even higher. And that's the same for Bricken. It now touched 10 cents. It went up, and I have some insight. I may not share too much, but I know that there are some tokenizations in line that chose Bricken for their solution and their management tools that other tokenized projects cannot offer, because you also have I think Rio or something is a big competitor, and they have risen lately a lot. But at some point you will see why those cannot sustain. Like that there's a reason why it's not just the tokenization that is possible. You also want to manage when it's getting more crowded. You want a stable area that doesn't drop out. Have insights, graphs. It's also the development in that. And the reason that Bricken, for example, that's my third advice, not financial advice, my third suggestion to look into, is because they focus till now, and they still do a little about the business side first, because if that starts, you have the 3% bonus on that goes back into the token buy on the profits that are being made by those organizations. They pay $5,000 that goes into the Bricken for a fee. That's also per tokenization. So yeah, they will soon pop that out. I think that you are able to forecast pretty easily what that will do in the long run to the token price, and that's excluding the investors that can also, of course, invest. And for your information, it never ever dropped below 8 cents, as I can see, and that's the private sale price. So that's also very amazing, because all the pre-sales where I've been in always went under after the launch, and which is logic if you don't have invested. But they have also a pretty good tokenomic, and their team is very active. They're always mostly in Spain, but always busy in events, showing their face. They're all still part of that Bricken, the Chainlink build program, where they are valued by them, by their progress also. But yeah, I think if you can really see that also within crypto, there are still a lot of projects. Maybe also can also think outside of the box. What is also attached to it? That can be on the legal part. That also just don't have any tokens or sharded ways of sharing their worth. They also gonna search, and what they're gonna search, they want business partners. And to be honest, I think the team may not have too much knowledge about creating a hype around. But I think at some point, we in the Dutch, they always say, if you stay yourself long enough, you will become special in your way. And if they find you, that stays the longest with being worth it. Yeah, that's my...
You said that was your third pick. What was your Pac-Man and Brick, and what was the other one?
Octaspace.
Oh, okay. Double pick.
Yeah. It still has a long way to go. It's ridiculous how low that market cap still is. Pac-Man is the other layer that is at this point like 5-6 times higher in market value, maybe 5 times than Octa. And now You can always see the history, how it will go eventually. One needs the other. I think it will grow easily, but that's my suggestion.
Yes, Patrick, please.
So something to discuss regarding YouTube. Is there any way we could embed the video in some of the Cyrator posts? I think it.
Inside the post, yeah, we can technically.
I think we're mixing video and audio and text might be interesting in some aspect.
Yes, I have to discuss with AJ a little bit what he thinks, but yeah, it's definitely possible.
And we've been discussing having panel discussion once a week or
Yes.
maybe once every 2 weeks. Is there any possibility that Jamie could help organize that? Because I'm a bit swamped, so I'm not sure I want to gather everybody. But
I think Jamie could organize it. Yeah, I think just what we're doing here, just talking about projects, opportunities, things like that, is
Yeah.
exactly what people want to know now. So yeah, definitely can ask Jamie to organize. I would say actually once a week, but maybe only half an hour. It doesn't have to be an hour.
yeah, exactly.
I wanted to throw out MVC. I posted it there in our group, but MVC is on fire. $32
It is on
all-time high.
fire. I would still love to actually, because they didn't update their website yet or any better information. I would love
No?
to. No, I just
Okay.
checked yesterday, I think. And I would love to have an actual AMA with someone who can explain something there, because it's very intriguing, but they are missing some crucial information on how stuff works. So would love to have an AMA with them.
Well, you know what's happening, kind of like Casplay. The community's stepping up and filling those gaps, I think. But yeah, we can reach out to them for sure. The other news I was going to share that just remembered is A-Tor has taken a major hit. The Tor network freaked out and decided that they didn't like having nodes being rewarded, incentivized to provide privacy, and kind of a real bad move. Everybody in the industry is thinking this is like really stupid, but they're trying to distance themselves from A-Tor. But A-Tor's got their hardware ready, and they're going to roll out and do the same thing. Even if it's not Tor, it'll basically be doing the same privacy things. Just FYI, that thing just took, I think, probably about a 50 or 70% hit in the last.
Yeah, it's pretty
So,
crazy.
yeah.
Actually, Chipopo wrote a pretty good review on it. So if you guys want to get updated, I think.
Oh, yeah? No, okay, great. Yeah, I want to stay up to date on that.
In terms of Ator, I thought it was telecom. And
No, A-Tor is a Tor network node they wanted to incentivize, but now Tor disassociated themselves from A-Tor. So
but there was a telecom project that was also called Ator.
no, I think that was a different name. I think I remember a little bit talking about that one, but I think it was a different name.
Anyway, I put something in the chat. Mikael, he works at Certec. He's based in the US. So he has a different community than us. And he would be open to do a collab on YouTube with us, because then his community and our community can cross-pollinate a bit. Yeah, one of his videos recently had like 268 views in the last 9 days.
Yes,
He's not too big, but we're about similar in terms of traction almost. So
sounds good.
Hey, listen, guys, I got to cut out, but I just say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And Mark, I will catch up with you tomorrow. Excited to hear some of the news you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, okay, guys, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, up to you guys. If you guys still want to stay on, I don't have much more to contribute. You guys have stuff you want to ask or discuss?
Just a little small thing. I'm not sure if I should share that because it's risky. It's one that it's just on PancakeSwap, DEX tools.
You're not sure if you should share it here or on Curator as a review?
Curator, because I got in with 24K market cap. It's now 40K, but it will probably rise times 10 easily and even more because there are some failed pre-sales where those investors are being probably helped or whatever by being there early, so they get some back from the losses. So I'm not sure. It's not completely illegal, but it's the same thought that there's a fair launch and a fair between, because it's more, you start something with people that are not part of your team. So it's not like they belong, they just are early there. But yeah, others can be early because of that too there. Why shouldn't I share?
I always share, but use a DGen review maybe and just be very frank about everything. Just like you just warned us now as well. You can say it's a big opportunity, but be careful, guys, because this and that.
Yeah.
Just one little feedback maybe from me to you in general for writing reviews. This is a personal preference thing, but you write sometimes quite formal, I think. And I personally just like you talk to me now, say, I'll do this or that. I quite enjoy very common language, basically. I don't know how other people are, but I really enjoy when you come and you just casually talk about projects as if you talk to a friend, right? So maybe it's something you can try, especially with a project like this, when it's a degen review and stuff like that, to write more just like as if you're speaking to a friend, not saying that, maybe other people like different things, but just a little personal feedback, basically, I think. So I would love to hear that project, and I would love to hear like in a very kind of, this is what's up kind of thing.
Yeah. In a way, my $30, because in those things I will never put a lot, but it's not worth like 50 or something, 55.
Sure,
So yeah, if you did more, then it would be more, but you never know. Huh?
Yeah, you never know. That's true.
Yeah, but I will make something. I will also write it in my. I sometimes do that, but using the chat GPT to improve my grammar. But it often mixes up everything, literally. And sometimes when I don't really read it, then it also leaves out the parts I don't want it to be out.
To be honest, I mostly stopped using ChatGPT because of that. I write something in my voice and I put it in ChatGPT to make it better, but then it always turns into this kind of boring, very formal, very, what's they call, political, like PC kind of.
That's why you don't upvote me anymore, because I'm boring. I'm just too boring now.
It's not you, it's ChatGPT that's boring. That's the thing.
I'm gonna blame them.
Yeah, come back to being edgy. That's better.
It's a good tip, and I try. Yeah, I don't know. There might be quite a few spell and grammar mistakes then.
I prefer spelling mistakes to bland formal speech. That's, again, it's just me personally, but when I do it, I write a lot for all the stuff we do as Cyrator. And when I write something important, then I write it myself. To be honest, I actually write it with pen and paper because it's easier for me to get more flow. Then I type it into the computer, and then I usually edit already as I type it in. And then I do usually put it into ChatGPT and say, hey, can you write this inspiring or something like that? And then I really mix but that takes a lot of time, right? So then I mix and match it together. And then I think that's probably the best. But other than doing that, when I just want to write something quickly, I just use my own voice, because I think in my experience now, so much text is always ChatGPT. It always sounds exactly the same. It always sounds very formal, boring, bland to me, that I don't want to use it for myself anymore, basically.
Good tips. Yes, that's something worth a try. And I think indeed that you get a little bit more different kind of reviews, because indeed at some point you get 5 micro reviews with all the same style. Yeah, I have to agree on that. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Bye-bye.